Okay, testing, testing. What's up, everybody? Welcome. Thank you for stopping by Sunday evening, or well, it depends where you're at. I wanted to cover this story regarding Felicia Johnson. Somebody had reached out to me last night. This is a Texas story. She's 24 years old, and there's a couple of interesting things that I saw about it. And so we're gonna watch a couple of videos. I pre-recorded the murder charge document too that I was reading earlier. It's kind of weird because this guy's still on the loose, and apparently like this guy was arrested at one point after she was missing, and they let him go, but he was arrested for something else, a sexual assault charge, and the woman didn't want to press charges. And so I guess at one point they ended up looking through this guy's phone, and not only did they see a dismembered body, but they also saw 3 other bodies. So it could be a potential serial killer. Maybe he's done this before. Maybe he targets these women. And even after the woman went missing, right? Because she came from San Diego, California to Texas to try to get this job at a local strip club. And he had actually, I think, had met her from the strip club. And after she went missing, they've like looked in his phone, and this guy's still doing searches looking for like women in Houston after she's already gone. And the evidence is crazy what the police report says. They put this flyer up. And by the way, yeah, welcome guys. Hit like, please. It helps out the stream. I'd appreciate it. MH, Jasmine, Bridget, me, you. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Mac, my Lazarus, Lindsay, Plan Your Chaos. It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy, man. And then for anybody that does that kind of work or any kind of thing like that, you be careful, because they even did a search where they found this lady's. She put a post up for solicitation for prostitution that same night. Let me put up the flyer here. Let's do big screen. So the Houston Police Department is requesting public assistance in locating missing 24-year-old female Felicia Marie Johnson. Last seen leaving the 10,300 block of West Little York Road in Houston, Texas on April 15, 2022. According to her father, Felicia applied for a job at Cover Girls nightclub, but was turned away. An unidentified customer offered to give her a ride after the Uber was running late. Felicia hasn't been seen or heard from since. Her bloody cell phone was found. We're going to talk about all this near Bear Creek Park in West Houston. She has a large tattoo of a butterfly. I'm going to pull up the picture, and 2 roses on her right shoulder. Texas EquiSearch got involved as well. Hey, Diggs. ASCH. What's up? Welcome. Oh, I didn't save the picture. Amazing. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick, the tattoo stuff. Okay, I can't find. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let me just put this up too so people have a good visual on this. Okay. That's her tattoo right there. The tattoo on her right shoulder of roses and a butterfly. All right. And so what's up? What's up? Welcome. Please hit like. Help me out, man. Share the stream. I'd appreciate that. Going back to basics, what we used to do, right? Stories that nobody's talking about or nobody's really, they're not getting really any attention. I wanted to first start out with Quanell X, man. Anybody that's watched my channel, you know, from Aaliyah Davis, and there was a couple other cases. You already know about Quanell X. He's like an activist, probably a bunch of other things in Texas. And so this video is from April. We're kind of going back a little bit, but we're going to move forward to the current time. But they made a public statement.
She came here, stayed for a minute, for a little while. She called the Uber. Uber was taking too long to really get here. So a gentleman here at the club offered to give her a ride to where she needed to go. Felicia has not been seen since. No cell phone activity. no credit card activity, no social media activity. She has absolutely just vanished off the face of the earth. The family was able to get the last ping of the location of where she was with the cell phone. That cell phone was...
Yeah, and this guy's not caught. Her body hasn't been found, though there's reason to believe she's been dismembered. And they found 4 women, 3 bodies and another person that was dismembered, which it might be this person, on his phone.
Found discarded on the side of the road at Bear Creek Park. On the side of the road right there at Bear Creek Park. And the phone was covered in blood. We believe that she is the victim of foul play.
Let me just show you real quick. So the map, right? I don't know Texas, but I got a lot of Texas friends. This is Bear Creek Park. All right. This is where the phone, I believe, was found. Texas EquiSearch found something, which we're going to get into in a little bit. And then I think the family found something else. And so the place where the strip, or where her hotel was at this place here, Intercontinental Houston Medical. I think she took the Uber from here, and we're going to get into all this in a bit. She took the Uber from there. He paid for the Uber for her, and the Uber takes her to this address, 3233 Windchase Blvd. Now, this address, he used to live there. We'll get into the time frame, but he didn't live there at that moment. So he sends her over here. His actual address is 14935. He leaves to go pick her up. The Uber drops her off here. I think he takes her back over here, and then her bloody cell phone, and I think the other stuff they found in the purse or something, ends up over here in this park. And we're going to talk about his Google searches too. He was looking for thick forest areas in Houston, Texas. So just for a little visual.
We believe that she's being held against her will. We believe that she, hopefully by God's grace, is still alive. But we want whoever's holding her to know that we will not rest. We will not stop looking. We will continue looking for her, and we will continue hunting you. No matter what takes place, we will continue hunting you, and we will not forget Felicia. We believe this young woman is the victim of foul play. She's been kidnapped, and that she's being held against her will. And law enforcement needs to do a better job of taking this case a lot more serious than they have. Once we found that cell phone covered in blood, law enforcement still took their time getting involved with the family. And then we were able to speak with law enforcement, myself in particular. Then they began to make some moves and get busy. But still, we believe had they responded quicker, more could have been done by just coming to this nightclub and getting the surveillance footage of who she got into the car with, getting surveillance footage of who the gentleman was inside the club. We understand that there's cameras on the inside also as well as the outside. And so they have footage of who this gentleman was and what car he was driving. I spoke with their lawyer yesterday. He said he would do all he can to help law enforcement with his video footage. We know law enforcement finally came to the nightclub yesterday to retrieve this footage, just yesterday. And they just received the cell phone back from the family that they discovered with the blood on the phone. And clearly the picture of the phone show it's blood on it. And they finally took it, and now they're processing it. But we want Felicia to know the community is looking for you. We're turning over every stone. We'll leave no door locked or unopened until we find where you are. Whoever has her, please release her. If you have her, let her go. It's not worth your life for spending the rest of your life behind bars doing something stupid to this young woman. But we do not believe she left of her own free will. We believe she's the victim of foul play. This is her father. He has a message for his daughter. Come on, man.
Felicia, we miss you. All the families, you're in all of our prayers. I'm trying to hold myself together and stay strong for the family and for you. And I won't rest for a day in my life until I have you back. It's a tragedy that you've been caught up in this net of whatever they got going on out here. But we working very, very hard to get you back. And I love you. Everybody in the family love you. And I just wanted to let you know, just stay strong, and we're coming for you.
If anyone has any information, please reach out to our organization, Crime Stoppers, HPD. Please do something to help us find Felicia. Texas EquiSearch did get on board as of this morning. They're currently at Bear Creek Park right now, searching where the cell phone was found for any possible leads or evidence to where Felicia may be. But we absolutely believe she's the victim of foul play. HPD has to take these cases more serious. This is the fourth one I've dealt with in 6 months.
There was that one case that we covered too, Shatria, I think, Waits. I think she was found, but they caught the guy though. And it was something almost similar. I think she was kind of like working at a strip club or something, and then the friend, like she left the club and she was with friends and they're supposed to meet this guy. Her friends left her by herself to go buy makeup or something. So the girl stayed with this guy, and that's it. She was gone, and her friends came back and she was gone, and the guy ends up killing her.
Of a missing African-American female. And in every one of those cases of a missing African-American female, HPD dragged its feet, and they did not do anything until I began to go public and demand that they get involved and do something. So we need HPD to take the cases of missing young black women seriously, like they take the cases of missing young white females. We need that same level of attention and priority like you give the young white females, then you give them young black females. We want equality from HPD and how you deal with these missing person cases, because it seems like when young black females go missing in this city, it's not a priority. We can't tolerate that. We cannot accept that. So we know that she's a victim of foul play. We need help in finding her. We don't know where she is right now, but we're going to work like hell to try to find her. So we have investigators involved, people on the ground, EquiSearch is involved. Hopefully we can get a lead to where she is. We'll take your questions.
What day specifically was she last seen?
It's been 5 days ago now.
That would be Saturday morning. Saturday morning at this establishment right here, about 2 in the morning, 2:30.
Is it Mr. Johnson?
Yes, sir.
Step over a little more, man. Come on.
Mr. Johnson, what are these last few days?
And he's traveling in from California.
Yeah,
he's here from California.
What have these last days been like for you and your family?
I can't put it into words. I'm trying to hold myself together and not just break down, and I don't know where my baby is or what's being done to her. And I can't put it into words, but it's like anguish. Just, I don't know.
This is the last place that she was seen?
This is the last place she was seen, right here. Getting into a car with some gentleman, and we haven't seen her since. The phone was found on the side of the freeway, about 6 feet off the freeway, in the grass. So.
And I have to be honest, the club has not been cooperative. They just started being cooperative when they heard that I was going to hold a press conference. They would not cooperate with us or the family until we threatened to go public. What they also don't know is when we send in the investigator, who's Hispanic, who looks white, they were speaking and he was recording the conversation. And we have them on tape in this club, the management, saying that we were not going to give her a job anyway. We don't hire black girls.
Oh, shit. Damn.
We don't let black girls work here. So she already walked into a place that didn't care nothing for her and did not even want her presence to be here. And so I will see why, based on what I heard on that tape, out of their own mouths, that they don't give a damn what happened to that sister. But we do. And this very young woman right here was trafficked out of that same nightclub, the same place.
He's a part. Lindsay said, "Why they have the guys in the background have masks?" He's a part of I don't know, one of those groups, isn't he? What's those whatever? What is it? Not vigilante. Oh, New Black Panther. It says, according to Wikipedia, I don't know. It says he's the leader of the New Black Panther Nation. So I guess that's why they're dressed up in the back.
She knows the history of these owners and how they treat young women. But this is a problem. We need to find this young woman.
Yeah, it is. Scriddles.
We need to.
At least that part. Yeah.
What's the latest with HPD? Where are they at with the investigation?
We don't know.
They're supposed to be here right now, but they're not here. is supposed to be a part of this
They said
whole thing, and
they
they're
said
not
they want
here.
to come and join us.
The
They're
chief
not
of
here.
police, he absent. He didn't make it.
So they did come and get surveillance video and everything like that?
Yesterday, yes. Finally.
It's too much time for it to be tampered with.
5 days.
Come on over here.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead.
I was trafficked through these chains of nightclubs from the owners of these nightclubs for over a decade, where I was sexually exploited, extorted to be rehired whenever I was fired because I was discriminated on, and put in dangerous positions time after time, day after day, week after week, and not paid for the hours that I was in those clubs as an employer. There's a lot of horrible things that happen in the chain of the Cover Girls organization, AHD Houston Incorporated, and the owners of these clubs. I really hope that they didn't alter any of the surveillance in the amount of time that should have been confiscated by police immediately within the first 48 hours. But it's hard. Felicia, you have a community out there that cares about you. Your skin color should not be the reason why there's lack of support in our community and law enforcement to help find you. You have to be found, and we're praying that you're found alive. And to the traffickers that might have enabled, or sex buyers that might have enabled the wrongdoing and foul play behind her, I really hope that you just release her, or give us any hope, any information that can give her the whereabouts to where she is.
Any more questions?
Just your first and last name and how you spell it. Angela Williams, Angela Williams, Williams.
Quanell X.
Kevin Johnson, KEVIN,
About her, who she was, what kind of person she is.
She's a beautiful, loving.
For the people just joining, this is the first time I'm covering the story, so we're starting a little bit chronologically. So I wanted to look at Quanell X, what he had to say about this before we move forward. That's why we're doing that.
Person, just like my mom, rest in peace. She's
gotta
like
give
her
it a minute.
twin. Very good heart. You give anybody the
This is
shirt
the
off
father
her back.
Of the missing woman, and that's Quanell X,
Just
the
a sweet
activist.
person and an intelligent young lady, and I just very good with hair and makeup, like a model. You know, it's like I don't see why anybody would want to hurt her. She was very, very sweet. Just my oldest daughter, and just the love of my life. And I just want her back.
What brought her to Houston? What made her come to Houston?
She came out here just really for her to celebrate her birthday and to work to get some employment in the strip clubs. That's why she was here. We got some family in town. They live in all parts of the South, so she was just really out here just to celebrate and work.
And when was her birthday? I apologize.
April 10th.
But it's really sad that HPD took 5 days to even come to this club and ask questions and attempt to retrieve the video footage, especially after we had already alerted them that we found a cell phone with blood all over it. We got pictures for you. Come take this cell phone. Maybe like a day. It was like
We went the same day.
Cell phone?
Was
Yeah,
it
it was that same
Right.
day. So we found the phone at 1:30 that afternoon. So it
And-
was
and we've been
that
calling
same
for
like
5
12
days.
like within 12 hours. We took them the phone and they refused it.
And that's the part I want to talk about. When they told law enforcement, HPD, that they knew something bad had happened to her, they took them the phone and said, "Look, we found the phone. Here's the pictures. It's got blood on it. Look at the phone. There's blood on it." They said, "We don't want it." They said, "We don't want it." They still did not take the case as a priority, and that's a damn shame. But this is the 4th young black female in less than 6 months I've dealt with like this in Houston who've been missing. 3 of the young girls have been found dead. And I hope we have a better outcome in this case by God's grace. But every case, HPD drags their feet in how they handle the missing person cases of young black women. That has to change. Any more questions? So if you want to go by Bear Creek where they're searching now, you're more than welcome to do
Ooh.
that. Thank you for your
During the
assistance. Thank you
search.
for your help.
Area in Bear Creek,
They're out there, so I don't know. They're all over the place. Right. But it's Texas Equity Search.
All right. This is another clip, and then I'm gonna get into the new documents that have come out. That is pretty detailed.
Who went missing 2 weeks ago after applying for a job at a Northwest Side adult nightclub.
I'm playing this to hear the other clip of the dad talking.
Isn't holding back on his frustration tonight.
Fox 26's Randy Wallace joining us live from Northwest Houston with our ongoing coverage of her disappearance.
Yeah, Caitlin, we spoke to the manager here at Cover Girls tonight. He told us he couldn't comment because of the ongoing police investigation, and he referred us to the club's attorney. We're waiting to hear back. 24-year-old Felicia Johnson was last seen on Friday, April 15th, leaving Cover Girls Adult Nightclub on West Little York. She traveled here from San Diego in hopes of getting a job as a dancer. Her cell phone, covered in blood, was found 4 miles from the strip club. Her father, Kevin Johnson, says it took 5 days before HPD began investigating her disappearance.
Since that time, I've stepped back and allowed them to do their job. However, I have yet to be provided with any information as it relates to her last known whereabouts, which I believe to be the Cover Girl nightclub. Nor have I at this time been provided with any pertinent information as it relates to the surveillance footage at the Cover Girl nightclub that could easily confirm or deny Felicia's identity.
Crime Stoppers is offering a $5,000 reward for information.
There's many questions, obviously, that are out there, and we need the answers because right now, grief is intensified without justice. And sadly, right now, justice is lacking for Felicia and her family.
Felicia's father claims HPD, the DA's office, and club owners are not being forthcoming about Felicia's disappearance. He believes she's become a victim of human trafficking. He also criticized Black Lives Matter of Houston.
Where are you at? I've been here 2 weeks. Like, you have no zero presence.
What's up with y'all? BLM. He called them out. Oh, sure.
Like,
he also criticized Black Lives Matter of Houston.
Where are you at? I've been here 2 weeks. Like, you have zero presence. Like, reach out to me. That's all I got to say.
Now, the FBI Houston office is assisting HPD in this matter and tells us that HPD is the lead investigative agency. Reporting live from the Northwest Side, Randy Wallace.
Now, some more of like the updated stuff. I'm going to play this video. So this document, this is filed 6/9/2022. I just wanted to take you guys a little bit back to go forward kind of. And there's a lot of details to this document that's come out. So she's still missing. This guy, Chukwuebuka, whatever, Nwobodo, 28-year-old. Let me pull up a picture of the guy. He's still on the run. And for the people that join, I mean, I think it's pretty kind of alarming because they found bodies of other women on his cell phone. But that's him right there. But this document is going to take us through the timeline and all the things that they found so far and I guess evidence. Let me start it here. This is the murder charge document for the state of Texas versus Chukwuebuka Nwobodo. And so this was prepared on 6/9/2022. And it says here, before me, the undersigned assistant district attorney of Harris County, Texas, this day appeared the undersigned affiant who, under oath, says he has good reason to believe that he does believe that in Harris County, Texas, Chukwuebuka, I'm just going to call him Chuck from now on, hereafter styled the defendant heretofore on or about April 16, 2022, did then and there unlawfully, intentionally, and knowingly cause the death of Felicia Marie Johnson, hereinafter called the complainant by an unknown manner and means. It is further presented that the Harris County, Texas, Chuck, hereinafter styled the defendant heretofore on or about April 16, 2022, did then and there unlawfully intend to cause seriously bodily injury to Felicia Marie Johnson, hereinafter called the complainant, and did cause the death of complainant by intentionally and knowingly committing an act clearly dangerous to human life, namely by an unknown manner and means. Probable cause Affiant Sergeant B.A. Roberts is a peace officer who is employed by the Houston Police Department, HPD, assigned to the Homicide Division. Affiant has reason to believe and does believe that Chuck committed the felony offense of murder and tampering with evidence, namely a human corpse, on or about April 16, 2022 in Houston, Harris County, Texas. I, Sergeant B.A. Roberts, your affiant, am a certified peace officer with the HPD and am assigned to the Homicide Division. On April 21, 2022, I was assigned along with my partner, Detective L.G. Lang, to conduct the investigation into the disappearance of Felicia Johnson, which occurred at the 6750 Main Street in Houston, Harris County, Texas. The investigation is documented under HPD incident number 502-865-22. I reviewed the offense report documented under the HPD incident number, written by D. Jenkins, a certified peace officer employed by HPD assigned as a patrol unit with the South Central Division, whom I believe to be reliable and credible. While reviewing the report, I noted that Felicia Johnson was last seen at the Intercontinental Hotel, Houston Medical Center, located at the 6750 Main Street address. On April 15, 2022, at approximately 5 p.m., I also noted that the reportee of the disappearance, Adriana, informed Officer Jenkins that Miss Johnson was utilizing social media from her hotel as late as 11 p.m. While continuing to review the incident report, I began to review a supplement from D. Steigerwald, a detective employed with HPD assigned to the missing persons unit, who I know to be a credible and reliable person. While reviewing the supplement, I noted that Detective Steigerwald conducted an interview with Felicia Johnson's father, Kevin Johnson. I learned that Kevin Johnson told Detective Steigerwald that Felicia Johnson's cell phone was found by her cousin's girlfriend on the side of the road near Clay Road and North Eldridge Parkway. I'll show you that real quick. If you guys could hit like for me, please, I'd appreciate it. But this is the North Eldridge Parkway that they're going to be referencing. Okay, just a real quick reminder. And this is the Intercontinentals all the way over here. So this guy gets her an Uber and takes her to his old address, and then he goes and picks her up from there. And her stuff was found here in this Bear Creek Pioneer Park. With blood on it. Affiant believes, after speaking with the family of Felicia Johnson and conducting his investigation, that it is out of character for Felicia Johnson to be without her cell phone. During the course of this investigation, Detective Steigerwald provided Detective Lang and I with video surveillance that was collected from the Intercontinental Hotel, Houston Medical Center. Detective Lang and I reviewed the video from April 16, 2022 from various cameras that captured video of the interior and exterior of the hotel. While reviewing the video, we observed a gray Porsche Macan sports utility vehicle pull into the driveway of the hotel at approximately 2:54 a.m. We then observed Felicia Johnson enter the elevator from the 15th floor at approximately 2:55 a.m. At approximately 2:56 a.m., Ms. Johnson, while holding both a cell phone and purse in her hands, exits the elevator and walks into the lobby of the hotel. Ms. Johnson then exits the hotel and enters the passenger side of the gray Porsche, which subsequently leaves the area. Here's the second page now. Detective Lang and I conducted an interview with Adriana, an associate of Felicia Johnson and the reporter of her disappearance, so she reported her missing, who I believe to be credible and reliable as it states to this incident. During the interview, Ms. Fajardo, which is Adriana, told us that she was contacted by Ms. Johnson's family in California on April 16, 2022 at 10:30 a.m., who asked her to check on Ms. Johnson's location via Find My Phone. Ms. Fajardo stated that she was directed by the family member to a location near Clay Road and North Eldridge Parkway. There, Ms. Fajardo stated that she located Ms. Johnson's cell phone, which is more particularly described as an iPhone with a flower/clear colored case. She stated the phone was located off of the road, lying screen down on the ground. Ms. Fajardo stated that she observed the cell phone to be fully charged. She stated she collected the phone and called 911, but police never arrived at her location. That's interesting. I conducted a search via HPD record management system and noted for a call for service on April 16, 2022 at 12:12 p.m. by Adriana relative to Felicia Johnson's disappearance. The call was cleared, GOA gone on arrival, and a report was not completed at that time. Ms. Fajardo stated upon further examination of Felicia Johnson's cell phone, she stated that she observed blood on the sides of the phone, bottom of the phone, back of the case, and inside the case. So I'm not sure at what time she called. I mean, the family reached out to her at 10:30 a.m. and the police, I guess this gone on arrival, maybe they did show up and she wasn't there. I don't know how long they took, and maybe she figured they weren't coming. So on April 21st, 2022, Detective Lang and I spoke with A. Valencia, a detective employed by HPD assigned to the Vice Division Human Trafficking Unit, who I know to be credible and a reliable person. Detective Valencia informed us that he conducted a search of Felicia Johnson by using a website that scrapes illicit prostitution advertisements for a match. That's interesting. I didn't know they had things like that. Detective Valencia was able to locate multiple advertisements by Miss Johnson on various websites. The most recent advertisement was posted on a website called skipthegame.com, with the most recent posting on April 16, 2022 at 12:28 a.m. So they have, I guess, software or whatever that if they want to particularly look for somebody on these illicit sites, they can, I guess, search for them. And so they were able to find her on multiple sites. And then the recent posting was that same night, just hours before she was last seen on video, which she disappeared. You know, so it's just a really cautionary tale of the internet. I mean, we always talk about that, but even this being in this kind of life, you know, we're doing just hours before she was last seen on surveillance video at the Intercontinental Hotel, Houston Medical Center. Holy crap. On April 22nd, 2022, a Harris County grand jury subpoena was issued to Uber Technologies, Inc. for any records pertaining to Felicia Johnson between the dates of April 10, 2022 through April 21st, 2022. Representatives from Uber Technologies, Inc. inquired for additional information pertaining to the incident, specifically the location of pickup and vehicle details. I learned that representatives from Uber Technologies, Inc. conducted a search on 6750 Main Street in Porsche Macan, gray in color. I learned from representatives from Uber Technologies, Inc. that on April 16, 2022 at 2:47 a.m., an Uber was requested by Chuck for pickup at 6750 Main Street and drop off at 3233 Windchase Blvd, Houston, Harris County, Texas. Additionally, I learned that the Uber driver assigned to the request was driving a Porsche Macan. While continuing to review the records, I noted that the actual pickup time and location was 2:56 a.m. at 6750 Main Street, Harris County, Texas. I also noted that the actual drop-off time and locations was at 3:28 a.m. at 3233 Windchase Blvd. Additionally, the Uber records provided the following information for Chuck: phone number and email address. I learned that Detective Lang, who spoke with a representative from Uber Technologies, Inc., that there were no other documented Ubers ordered at 3233 Windchase Blvd after Felicia Johnson was dropped off on April 16, 2022. As of April 22, 2022, I conducted a person's check on Chuck, a phone number, via Houston Police Department's report management system. I learned that the Houston Police Department responded to a sexual assault just occurred at this 14913 Richmond Avenue, Houston, Harris County, Texas, on November 11th, 2020 at 5:07 a.m. So this guy has a history, apparently. Okay. I learned that the offense report related to this November 11th incident was titled Investigation Other Sex Offenses, documented under HPD incident number, written by E. Jenkins, a certified peace officer employed with HPD, assigned as a patrol unit with the West Side Division, whom I believe to be credible and reliable. I reviewed the report and learned the following information. The complainant, their styled complainant forward, was at this address, 14913 Richmond Avenue, at the lodge at West Oaks apartment complex, waiting for a friend. According to the report, complainant's forward's friend never arrived at the complex, which is when she was approached by the suspect, Chuck, who began talking to her. Complainant forward stated she got into Chuck's vehicle bearing license plate LLD 6670 and went for a ride, according to the report. Chuck parked his vehicle at a dark, unlit dead-end street near 14913 Richmond Avenue, which is when Chuck grabbed complainant forward and tried to rape her. Complainant forward stated that she and Chuck got into the backseat of his vehicle, where she allowed him to grab her breasts, but then pulled up her shirt and left. Complainant forward stated that she got out of Chuck's vehicle and he began to chase her down the street and grabbed her around the wrist. complainant forward stated that she was able to break free, run away, and call the police. Complainant forward later denied that any physical violence or sexual assault occurred and that she did not want to press charges, but just wanted to go home. While continuing to review the report, I noted that Chuck was also interviewed and provided the following statement. Chuck stated he met complainant forward at the apartment complex where they subsequently left in his vehicle and went to a gas station. Chuck stated that he retrieved $150 from an ATM, placed the money on the dashboard, and complainant forward subsequently took it. He stated then they went to this dark dead-end street and got into the backseat of his vehicle. Chuck stated complainant forward then left his vehicle without giving his money back, so he subsequently tried to stop her. Chuck stated that he then went back to the apartment complex where he had met forward and did not move until police arrived. I also learned from the report Chuck provided the following phone number to Officer Jenkins and an email address. I conducted a search on Chuck utilizing law enforcement databases and learned that he had a current Texas driver's license with his listed address 3233. I know that this address is the location Felicia Johnson was taken to by an Uber driver on April 16, 2022, 3:28 a.m. Based on the vehicle information learned in HPD incident number, I then conducted a vehicle search on Texas license plate LLD 6670. Utilizing law enforcement databases, I reviewed a return and learned that the license plate returned to a 2009 silver Honda Accord, hereafter styled suspect vehicle, registered to Chuck. I also noted that the registered address of the suspect vehicle was 14935 South Richmond Avenue, apartment 1832, which is really close to this other address, the 3233 address. And so on April 22nd, 2022, Detective Lang and I reviewed surveillance video from various cameras owned by a neighborhood/homeowners association for the area that encompasses 3233 Windchase Boulevard. The cameras reviewed were affixed near the entrance of the neighborhood and included a camera with automatic license plate recognition technology, which allows the camera to capture a clear photograph of the license plate of a vehicle. We began to review footage that was taken on April 16, 2022. Upon review, the suspect vehicle is captured on the ALPR camera, arriving to the area at 3:18 a.m. and traveling south on Windchase Boulevard in the direction of 3233 Windchase Boulevard. At 3:21 a.m., Felicia Johnson's Uber is seen arriving in the area and traveling south on Windchase Boulevard in the direction of 3233 Windchase Boulevard. At 3:29 a.m., a Porsche is seen leaving the area north of Windchase Boulevard towards Richmond Avenue. At 3:40 a.m., the suspect vehicle is captured on the ALPR camera traveling northbound on Windchase towards Richmond Avenue. The suspect is then observed turning west on Richmond Avenue towards SH Highway 6. Additionally, we reviewed a camera that captured the end of Windchase Boulevard near the front entrance of 3233 Boulevard. While reviewing this particular camera, we noted the following. At approximately 3:18 a.m., the suspect vehicle pulls into the front entrance of the apartment complex. At approximately 3:29 a.m., an individual matching the description of Felicia Johnson exits the Porsche and walks into the area of the front entrance of 3233 Windchase Boulevard. On April 23rd, 2022, I met with Yen. So this here, they're going to talk about the previous address, the 3233 address. So like if I was like showing you guys, I mean, this guy, I believe like this was for sure premeditated because not just like, oh, he snapped or something, because I think he purposely had her sent to the old address. I don't know, maybe to throw police off or something from the hotel to this old address. And then he picked up in his own vehicle. And plus, when you're going to see the searches, you're going to see his search history. And after the fact that she's gone and missing and likely dead, I have to say, I mean, according to all the evidence that they say and the DNA matching, he's still looking for other women. And they found 3 other dead bodies on his phone, pictures of other women. Who the hell are those people? Right? And he's still out there. Annie Romero, the property manager for the Windchase Hamlet apartment homes located at the 3233 Windchase Boulevard. I learned from Miss Romero that Chuck was a resident at the apartment complex from November 2017 through March 2020. Ms. Romero stated that Chuck specifically moved out on March 31st, 2020. I also learned from Ms. Romero that his phone number provided on his rental application for residents and occupants was 281772, etc. On April 22nd, 2022, Charlene Wilford, a volunteer with Texas EquiSearch, located a purse matching Felicia Johnson's purse description just off the road in Bear Creek Park, in close proximity to where Felicia's family found her cell phone with blood on it. So that's what I was just showing you guys. So they're finding the cell phone and the purse were found in this place, Bear Creek Park. She's still not found. I was present at the location when the purse was recovered and documented the following. Investigator A. Lowiski, a crime scene investigator with the Houston Forensic Science Center, processed the scene where the purse was recovered. While Investigator Lowiski processed the purse, I observed within the contents Felicia Johnson's California identification card, multiple credit cards, and a face mask. On April 28th, I reviewed a lab report generated by Fatima, a forensic analysis with the Houston Forensic Science Center, regarding analysis conducted for both Felicia Johnson's cell phone and cell phone case. I noted that the blood was indicated on both Johnson's cell phone and cell phone case using a phenolphthalein test.
Phenolphthalein.
And just a quick side note, it says the phenolphthalein test is a presumptive test that reacts with the hemo molecule present in blood. A positive reaction gives a pink color, while blood stains normally appear red, brown in color. The color of the substrate or the age of the stain may affect the appearance or visibility of the stain. Okay. Detective Lang and I reviewed surveillance video footage from the Richmond Estates apartment complex located at the 14631 Richmond Avenue. This particular apartment complex is located just north of Chuck's current residence, 14935 Richmond Avenue, apartment 1832. The cameras reviewed were affixed on various structures within the apartment complex, which allowed the cameras to capture the public roadway of the 14600 block of Richmond Avenue and the 2900 block of South Richmond Avenue. Additionally, one of the cameras was positioned in a way that it captured an area of South Richmond Avenue consistent with the front entrance of Chuck's current address at the 14935. We began to review footage that was taken on April 16, 2022, and noted the following. At approximately 3:14 a.m., the vehicle is observed traveling northbound on South Richmond Avenue from the area of 14935 South Richmond Avenue towards Richmond Avenue. The suspect vehicle then turns eastbound on Richmond Avenue towards SH Highway 6. I know this to be the most direct route to 3233 Windchase Blvd, the location where Felicia Johnson was dropped off by an Uber. At approximately 3:51 a.m., the suspect vehicle is observed westbound on Richmond Avenue from SH Highway 6, then turns southbound on South Richmond Avenue. The suspect vehicle then turns east off South Richmond Avenue into an area consistent with the front entrance of the Link apartment complex, 14935 South Richmond. At approximately 4:54 a.m., the suspect vehicle is observed traveling northbound on South Richmond Avenue from the area of 14935 South Richmond Avenue towards Richmond Avenue. The suspect vehicle then turns eastbound on Richmond Avenue towards SH Highway 6. At approximately 5:38 a.m., the suspect vehicle is observed traveling westbound on Richmond Avenue from SH Highway 6, then turns southbound on South Richmond Avenue towards 14935 Richmond Avenue. On April 23rd, 2022, a Harris County grand jury subpoena was issued to Wells Fargo for the account records associated with Chuck and the credit card that was utilized to purchase the Uber that picked up Felicia Johnson between the dates of April 10 through April 22. And on May 12, 2022, I received records from a Wells Fargo representative pertaining to the aforementioned account records. I reviewed the records and know that Chuck made 2 ATM withdrawals April 16 for $300 and then another one for $200. I also noted that he made 2 purchases from Walmart. One of the purchases was on April 16, 2022, and the other was on April 17, 2022. On May 12, 2022, and side note, according to multiple articles, it says that according to Fox 26, is now learning that she allegedly met 20-year-old Chuck on Snapchat, and the pair agreed to meet for $500. And so that coincides with this document here, the 200 and the 300. This county grand jury subpoena was issued to Walmart Global Investigations for Chuck's purchase information to include video surveillance on both April 16 and April 17, Later that day, I received records pertaining to the aforementioned purchases / surveillance and noted the following. On April 16, a purchase was made for 550 liter FL. I don't know what that is. For $11.97 and a t-shirt for $11. Ozark Trail flashlight with 550 lumens. Okay, that's what it is. I also reviewed still shot photographs from the front entrance of Walmart and checkout kiosk relative to the purchase. I noted while Chuck was utilizing the checkout kiosk, he had a bandage wrapped around his right hand. On April 17, 2022, a purchase was made for 4 hand towels, hefty 13-gallon bags for $7.17, a hefty 30-gallon bag, I guess, for $7.17, hefty 13-gallon trash bags, 80 count, and hefty 30-gallon trash bags, 20 count. Additionally, the photograph from the checkout kiosk and entrance also depicted Chuck with a bandage wrapped around his right hand. On May 13, 2022, a search warrant was signed by Harris County District Judge Harmon and executed for Chuck's vehicle, more particularly described as a 2009 silver Honda Accord. Investigator Kay Busak, a crime scene investigator with the Houston Forensic Science Center, processed Chuck's vehicle for evidence. I learned from the investigator Busak that she collected various items from the inside of Chuck's vehicle to include but not limited to a Taurus 9mm handgun, multiple Home Depot receipts, a Walmart receipt, multiple loose latex gloves, a large knife, and a shovel. Investigator Busak informed me that she used the Blue Star reagent, a chemical compound that lights up when it comes in contact with blood, in the suspect's vehicle in various areas, including the trunk and back seat, lit up, indicating it was positive for blood. I also learned that the large kitchen knife reacted positively to the Blue Star reagent. I noted the following information pertaining to the Home Depot receipts recovered from suspect Chuck's vehicle. On April 16 at 8:14 a.m., a purchase was made at the Home Depot store located at 5900 Highway 6 South for GMPC long cuff neoprene. The suspect has the Honda, Chuck. That Porsche vehicle that we're talking about, that was the Uber driver, which they haven't indicated he had any involvement to my knowledge, but that's why you hear the multiple vehicles mentioned, the 2 vehicles. And so they're saying the vehicle blood was there. We're also going to see at one of the, or we're getting to that now, his residence blood was found there also as well. And then also, I mean everything's laid out here, the stuff that he's buying, gloves, you're going to see gloves, large, extra large, and then GMPC latex free nitrile gloves, large and extra large. On April 17 at 10:16 a.m., a purchase was made at the Home Depot store located at the 2828 South Highway 6 for, I don't know, PWR tooth, DHDLE, pruning SA, and XL disposable nitrile gloves. I conducted a search via homedepot.com and noted that the PWR tooth, PD, whatever, is an 18-inch D-handled pruning saw. Oh my God. That's where yeah. Additionally, I noted the following information pertaining to the Walmart receipt recovered from suspect Chuck's vehicle. On April 17 at 12 a.m., a purchase was made at the Walmart store located at the 3506 Highway 6 South for receipt saw for $59, Hyper Tough 20-volt max lithium ion cordless reciprocating saw. On May 13th, a search warrant was signed by the Harris County District Judge Harmon and executed for Chuck's residence at 14935 South Richmond Avenue at the apartment 1832. Investigator Kay Busak, a crime scene investigator with the Houston Forensic Science Center, processed Chuck's residence for evidence. I learned from investigator Busak that she collected swabs of apparent blood stains throughout various areas of the residence, to include but not limited to the following: on the floor in hallway just outside the bathroom, on blue flip-flop in bedroom, bottom of office chair in bedroom, bedroom floor, bottom of bedroom, door jamb, bottom of exterior bedroom door, and front of bedroom nightstand. Additionally, investigator Busak pointed out to my partner and I that she used the Blue Star reagent, a chemical compound that lights up when it comes in contact with blood, and we observed large areas of the bathroom floor and hallway just outside the bathroom/bedroom light up, indicating it was positive for blood. I reviewed a lab report that was generated May 24, 2022 by Fatima, a forensic analyst for the Houston Forensic Science Center, regarding analysis for the following swabs collected from Chuck's apartment by investigator K. Buswak: on the floor in the hallway just outside the bathroom, on blue flip-flop in bedroom, bottom of office chair in bedroom, bedroom floor EM39, bottom of bedroom door jamb, bottom of exterior bedroom door, tote on the bedroom floor, front of bedroom nightstand, and bedroom floor EM79. I learned from the report that blood was indicated on the aforementioned swabs using the Philanthropian test. I also learned that swabs were taken from a face mask found in Felicia Johnson's purse for the purpose of a DNA sample, hereafter styled Felicia's DNA profile. Additionally, a portion of the buccal swab collected from Chuck was also collected to be analyzed. I reviewed a lab report that was generated on June 2nd, 2022 by iCkEdMeL, a forensic analyst, regarding comparative analysis between Felicia's DNA profile, Chuck's DNA profile, and the aforementioned swabs collected from Chuck's apartment. While reviewing the report, I noted the following. The sample listed as on floor in hallway just outside bathroom provided a very strong support that Felicia Johnson and Chuck were contributors to the DNA from that particular sample. And I'm thinking they were fighting, it seems like, especially with that, his hand wrapped up, she put up a fight. The samples listed as on blue flip-flop in bedroom, bottom of office chair in bedroom, bedroom floor EM39, bottom of bedroom door jamb, or he cut himself, I don't know, and bottom of exterior bedroom door, tote on bedroom floor, front of bedroom nightstand, and bedroom floor EM79 provided a very strong support that Felicia Johnson was the contributor to all of the DNA profiles. Chuck was excluded as a contributor to the aforementioned profiles. Based on the purchases made by Chuck, along with the DNA results, I believe that Felicia is deceased and was likely dismembered and transported out of the apartment. Crazy. On April 22nd, 22, a search warrant was signed by Harris County District Judge Hazel Jones and executed for Felicia Johnson's call detail record, CDR, for the phone number 619. I learned that the CDRs were later reviewed by E. Powell, a certified peace officer employed with HPD, assigned as a detective with the Criminal Intelligence Division, whom I believe to be reliable and credible. Detective Powell informed me that on April 16, 2022 at 3:55 a.m., Felicia Johnson's cell phone was connecting to a cellular tower consistent with her cell phone being in the area that encompassed Chuck's apartment complex at 14935. I also learned that at 5:12 a.m., Johnson's cell phone number connected to a cellular tower consistent with her cell phone being in the area that encompassed where her blood-covered cell phone was located by her family, in addition to her purse. In reviewing the returns for both Felicia Johnson's CDR phone records and Chuck's CDR phone records, I did not find any phone calls between the two of them. I'm aware that oftentimes agreements and discussions related to illicit activities such as prostitution oftentimes take place using other electronic communication platforms such as Google Voice numbers, Snapchat, Facebook Messenger, etc., in order to avoid law enforcement detection. At this point, I'm waiting on records from Google regarding a Google phone number related to Felicia. I did obtain Snapchat records for Felicia and observed the communication relative to $500, which matches the amount suspect. So Snapchat's not foolproof for people out there. I guess they can, or they keep something out, some sort of record, even if regular people might not see it, but I guess you can subpoena it or save somewhere on a server or somewhere. So, and that's what the articles are saying. They communicated through Snapchat and they came to this agreement to $500. And it's kind of somewhat almost similar to that previous incident where that woman and him had an encounter for $150 and he claims she ran off with the money. He's probably had a bunch of incidents like this. There's probably women out there that haven't spoken up, that are afraid to speak up. And I don't know. I mean, the pictures of 3 other bodies on his phone, that's pretty crazy. But we're going to get to that. Chuck took out of his Wells Fargo's account on April 16, the day of the disappearance. On June 4th, a search warrant was signed by Harris County District Judge K. Johnson and executed Chuck's Gmail account. Detective Lang and I received the records for Chuck's account and noted the following relative to the internet searches made via his account. On April 20th, 2022, does bleach denature blood? Can bleach destroy DNA? What does bleach do to blood? What does vinegar do to blood? Does vinegar destroy blood DNA? These are all the searches on his Google account. April 20th. This is a couple days after she was last seen. And then, like, yeah, the most forested part of Houston. You know, did he discard things in one area and then maybe take her somewhere else? They found the phone in the purse. How to be a serial killer. They found 3, dead bodies supposedly in his phone. That was all on April 20th. On April 21st, most forested part of Houston. Wow. April 27th, how to delete your history completely. April 28th, how to be a serial killer. 15 cheapest places to live in the world. $1,000 a month. So that tells you right there too. Maybe he was already planning on running away. Is this guy even still in Texas? He's looking how to get rid of the blood or get rid of DNA evidence. Forested part of Houston. Is he living out in the woods, or did he just leave? He probably left. Does he have money saved? What did he do for a job? Did he have a job? He's paying these women, right? I guess. Or not really, if he's taking the money back. How to get away with murder. How to kill without getting caught. How does one plan a murder without getting caught or having it? April 30th, 2022. Houston escorts. So this guy, even after this woman's dead, well, presumably dead, and missing, and gone, he's looking for more women. Can police check phone records of a missing person? NYPD. How the police handles missing persons cases. Can police check victims' text messages? Can police check text messages of a dead person? Do you phone service store your texts? Cell phone forensics, powerful tools wielded by federal. Can police unlock a phone during an investigation? May 13, 2022, a probable cause arrest warrant was signed by Harris County District Judge N. Harmon and executed for Chuck. I learned that the warrant was executed by multiple police officers, including Officer A. Masters, a certified police officer employed by HPD, assigned as a patrol unit with the West Side Division, whom I believe to be reliable and credible. I learned from Officer Masters that he conducted a traffic stop on Chuck's vehicle in the 1300 block of West Heimer Road, Houston, Harris County, Texas. I learned from Officer Masters that Chuck was taken into custody. So how crazy is that shit, right? We got the November incident. We got the November incident of where he supposedly assaulted some woman and she was afraid to come forward. They had interviewed him. Now, this patrol unit stops him like on a traffic stop, they're saying here. All the while, this woman's probably dead. And he's had previous history. Just slipping through the cracks, I guess. And that he subsequently conducted a search of Chuck's person incident to arrest at 14600 Richmond Avenue, Houston, Harris County, Texas, and located a cell phone within Chuck's front pants pocket. I then took custody of the cell phone and noted the following details relative to the phone: a blue Samsung cellular phone, model SMA102U with a black case. So he's taken into custody May 13th. While reviewing the return for Chuck's Gmail account, I observed a section of the records labeled Android Device Configuration Service Data. While reviewing the aforementioned section, I noted a subsection labeled Device and Account Identifiers. I noted within the subsection of that the IMEI number associated with Gmail. Cindy left me a comment real quick. Cindy says, I lived in Houston for 60 years and I can tell you that Bear Creek Park has been known to be a dumping ground for people who have been killed. I live in Colorado now. Damn. I want to go. Email account, Chuck's Gmail account was those numbers there, which I know to be the same IMEI number associated with Chuck's cell phone that was collected from his person on May 13, 2022. Those IMEI numbers are like serial numbers, but it's like a certain identifier that goes with your cell phone. And so like they're trying to say that these pictures that we're going to be talking about, that's from his cell phone directly. There's only one of those numbers for your phone, though you can change it though. I think there's software if you root a phone, but Yeah, normally those phone, I think even your phone provider has that number. And so like it's a unique identifier, almost like a social security, but for the phone. Additionally, I reviewed within the records a photograph of a deceased, dismembered female, in addition to 3 photos of deceased individuals. There was no metadata or EXIF data associated with those photos. Additionally, from the Gmail records, I observed a screenshot of an Uber pickup spot off Main Street consistent with where Felicia Johnson's hotel was located. The screenshot also indicated that the Uber was a black Porsche, which I know to be the same make and model as the Uber that picked up Felicia on April 16, 2022. I also noted that the data from the screenshot of an Uber showed that it was captured on April 16, 2022 at 2:47 a.m., which I know to be consistent with the time Felicia was picked up. So, yeah, a photograph of a dismembered female, which I guess maybe that's Felicia. I don't know. In addition to 3 photos of deceased individuals on his phone from her hotel. On May 12, 2022, a search warrant was signed by Harris County District Judge Ed Harmon and executed for Felicia Johnson's Gmail account. I later reviewed the Gmail records related to Johnson's account, and inside the records, I observed a screenshot of an Uber pickup spot off Main Street consistent with where Felicia Johnson's hotel was located. The screenshot was identical to the one found in the records from Chuck's Gmail account and indicated that the Uber was a black Porsche, which I know to be the same make and model as the Uber that picked up Felicia on April 16, 2022. I also noted that the data from the screenshot of the Uber showed that it was captured on April 16, 2022 at 2:47 a.m., which I know to be consistent with the time Felicia was picked up from her hotel. I know from this investigation, as of June 8, 2022, Felicia Johnson has not been heard of, has not posted anything additional information via social media, has not been located in the past month. I also know that Felicia Johnson utilized Priceline service for booking both hotel stays and flights. Since April 15, 2022, Johnson has not booked anything via Priceline. I know that the last documented location Felicia Johnson was captured on video was at the 3233 Windchase Blvd, Houston, Harris County, Texas, on April 16, 2022. I know that she traveled to the location utilizing an Uber that was purchased from Chuck with an account associated with the phone number 281. I know that prior to Felicia Johnson taking the Uber, she posted an online solicitation advertisement. I know that Chuck's registered vehicle, the 2009 silver Honda Accord, was seen arriving at the 3233 Windchase Blvd approximately 4 minutes before Felicia Johnson's Uber vehicle. I know that Chuck is not a current resident at the 3233 Windchase Blvd, but did live there from the years of 2017 to 2020. I know that Chuck's current address is 14935 Richmond Avenue, apartment 1832. I know that Chuck's registered vehicle leaves the area of 3233 Windchase Blvd approximately 10 minutes after the Uber vehicle leaves. I know from surveillance that Chuck's vehicle was observed traveling south Richmond Avenue and turning into an area consistent with the front entrance of 14935 Richmond Avenue, the Link apartment complex. I also know that Felicia Johnson's cell phone connected to a cellular tower in the area of Chuck's apartment complex. I know that approximately 1 hour later, at approximately 4:54 a.m., Chuck's vehicle is observed traveling in a direction away from 14935 Richmond Avenue. I know that approximately 18 minutes later at 5:12 a.m., Johnson's cell phone connects with a cellular tower in the area where her family located her phone, which is the bloody stuff and all that, which contained blood on it, and where her purse was located off the roadway in a desolate portion of the roadway in Bear Creek Park, Harris County. I know that approximately 26 minutes later, at approximately 5:38 a.m., Chuck's vehicle is seen turning back in the direction of his apartment. Did you even hear me? I don't know if you guys heard me or not. In complex. I know that a search was conducted of Chuck's apartment located at the 14935 Richmond Avenue, and evidence was collected from inside. Multiple DNA swabs I know that these particular swabs were positive for blood DNA and showed very strong support to be the DNA profile of Felicia Johnson. I know that on April 16, 2022 and April 17, 2022, Chuck made multiple purchases from Walmart to include trash bags, towels, and a flashlight, along with a mechanical saw from Walmart and Home Depot. I also know that at the time of the purchase, Chuck was observed to have a bandage on his right hand. I know from my experience that when a violent crime is committed, specifically a crime sexually motivated, the victim can often fight back against their attacker. I know when this happens, the victim often scratches, strikes, and bites their attacker in self-defense. Additionally, dismembering a body can cause injury to the suspect. I reviewed documentation regarding Chuck visiting a medical clinic on April 16, 2022, and observed that Chuck claimed to have cut himself while opening boxes on the same date, April 16, 2022, just a few hours prior to him seeking treatment. I observed from the medical records that he obtained treatment at approximately 10:12 a.m. I believe that the bandage on Chuck's right hand could have been relative to the murder and tampering with evidence, namely the corpse of Felicia Johnson. I know from training and experience that a suspect involved in violent crimes will utilize items such as towels and trash bags and saws to dismember, clean, and conceal evidence. I also know that Chuck made multiple online searches on April 16, 2022 relative to cleaning DNA evidence, deleting digital information, missing persons investigations, and how to get away with murder. And that's the end of the document. Thanks, True Crime Sisters, for posting that online. Okay. That was a lot. Let me get myself back on screen. So I was muted for a second, but I was responding to Dorothy, and Dorothy was saying that if I can find it, because I totally agree, no technology is deleted, and these big companies can retail all of our information. They do. They retail a lot of our information, everything. They sell it to other companies, or they put it on these websites that people want more information on you. They have to sign up a paying membership. And yeah, for sure. They have a database for everything, I guess. And then somebody else asked, why the hell did they let this guy go when they stopped him? I don't know. Why did they let him go? I'm going to play a recap video. Right now, it's unclear why the suspect was released from police custody after his arrest. Why? What's the deal with that? Did they not search his phone? It seemed like it almost like they saw the bodies on his phone when he was in there. Or was that after? Did they not get access until after? Did they search his stuff after and let him go before searching? Oh, thanks. No problem, Dev. Yeah, that took a while to record that. Right now, it's unclear why the suspect was released from police custody after his arrest, but he's on the run, charged with murder and tampering with evidence. Johnson's body still not recovered. So, I mean, really unfortunate. It's got to be frustrating for the family. Also, there's a thing of like people that maybe have some sort of online social media that have like maybe have done things for sex work or like money, that they don't get taken as serious, or people maybe just disregard them. And this is like really concerning because this guy could have potentially done this to multiple people. It seems like it. Then we got a history. How is he avoiding it? I'm going to play this little clip so we can kind of recap for the new people that join. Please hit like. We can do phone calls too if you guys want. But I got a phone call last night of somebody that's been watching the channel for a while, and she told me that Felicia is one of her daughter's friends, and she also told me she called Jim Terry, but I don't know. Let me play this.
Shocking and gruesome details about the murder and disappearance of 24-year-old Felicia Johnson. She vanished in April. Fox 26's Gabby Hart is live tonight.
He was arrested for a traffic stop, I believe they said.
With news that police say the suspect's Google search history is being used as evidence against him. Gabby.
Yeah, Tom, charging documents reveal that after Felicia Johnson's disappearance, the suspect Googled things like how to be a serial killer and how to get away with murder. Police also say that they found photos in his cell phone that showed the body of a dismembered woman along with other dead bodies. New documents are providing insight into the circumstances surrounding the disappearance of 24-year-old Felicia Johnson. The community spent weeks calling for her safe return.
Sister, if you can see us, you have not been forgotten.
Johnson came to Houston from San Diego and attempted to get a job at a local strip club. We're now learning that she allegedly met 28-year-old Chukwuebuka Nwobodo on Snapchat. The pair agreed to meet for $500. The suspect sent an Uber for Johnson to the Intercontinental Hotel around 3 a.m. April 16th. That Uber took her to the suspect's old address on Windchase Blvd. Police say the suspect picked her up from that location and took her to his new residence on Richmond Avenue. Johnson hasn't been seen since. Her bloodied phone and her purse found abandoned near Bear Creek Park. On Thursday, police saying they found evidence that leads them to believe she was murdered. That evidence revealed in these documents. On April 17th, the suspect purchased a saw, towels, large trash bags, and a trail flashlight. When officers searched his vehicle, they found a gun, latex gloves, a large kitchen knife, and a shovel. They also found Felicia's blood in his trunk and back seat, as well as blood stains throughout his apartment. After Felicia's disappearance, the suspect allegedly Googled things like what does bleach do to blood, how to be a serial killer, and how does one plan a murder without getting caught. On April 30th, nearly 2 weeks after Felicia's disappearance, the suspect's Google search revealed he was still looking for Houston escorts. The investigating detective saying, quote, "I believe Felicia is deceased and was likely dismembered." On May 13th, nearly 1 month after Johnson's disappearance, police arrested Nwobodo.
This is the arrest now that we were just talking about.
At which point they went through his phone, where they say they found a photo of a dismembered woman and 3 other photos of dead bodies. We also learned that the suspect was previously investigated for attempted sexual assault. The victim chose not to press charges. Now, right now, it's not clear why the suspect was arrested and then released from custody. We do know, though, that tonight that suspect is on the run.
That's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Disappearance of a 24-year-old
that she left with a customer. It was the last time that.
All right, there is a GoFundMe too. Let me show the GoFundMe. I think this is the for Felicia. Somebody's organizing it on behalf of the father, Kevin Johnson. I'm gonna put the link in the description. We'll read over it to see what they say. GoFundMe. And yo, thanks for the people too that helped me out with information, the research team, and other people too that helped me research. Appreciate it. But all right. So this is the GoFundMe. My daughter Felicia Johnson is missing in Houston. We are from California. Finding my baby girl Felicia is our top priority. Our family is forced to be separated in this most trying time, and I will stay in Texas as long as I can to ensure everything is being done to find Felicia. Our family is not complete without her. I've never felt such a sense of helplessness in my life. I'm asking for support to stay in Texas to search for my daughter. Felicia is a beautiful young lady, both inside and out. Saturday, April 16, 2022. She turned 24. With so much more to learn and enjoy from life, she aspires to succeed in the hair, makeup, and modeling industry. Felicia is well loved and missed by her family and friends. This unfortunate situation is a devastating tragedy, and we all hope and pray for the safe return of my daughter, Felicia Johnson. Our family would greatly appreciate any financial help to aid us in these desperate times. See, authorities are still in pursuit of the suspect. Multiple agencies are on the case. The next steps for me is civil lawsuits against the suspect, city of Houston, and the state of Texas. Ooh. June 13. A man has been charged. Okay, this is when they charged him. All right.
How you guys doing? This is Kevin Johnson coming to you guys saying thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your donations. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to fight for my daughter and stay here in Houston. I'm still here in Houston. It's an ongoing fight. I still have no answers in all questions. It's going to be a long fight. I still don't have any answers from any law enforcement. So I want to appreciate you guys for your prayers.
This is from 2 months ago, by the way. So the document that I read to you guys came out this, or I was going to say this month, June. But this video is from 2 months ago.
Your donations, you guys are helping me stay in the fight. My family and I, we're doing the best we can do given the situation. We're staying strong and keeping our faith. Every day gets harder. I'm not even gonna lie, but I just want to appreciate you guys and say thank you. Give you guys my love and from me and my family. And thank you. God bless.
Supposedly the FBI joined the investigation. They said there. There was a clip that had Texas EquiSearch. I want to show you guys.
I think we got work to do, and we're ready to do it.
It was Texas EquiSearch volunteers that found Felicia Johnson's purse in Bear Creek Park, close to where Johnson's family found her cell phone. And although Houston police believe the 24-year-old was murdered, they still have not found her body.
Bear Creek Park, it's thick in areas. There's some little roads that go off.
Bear Creek Park. Somebody commented earlier that they did a video showing the Bear Creek Park. Can you comment again? The title of the video? Or I could do a little search too. Maybe the Facebook group can search for me. See if there's like a little, I don't know, video view of the area. And Cindy says there was also an influencer by the name of Alexis Sharkey. I remember that. I think I covered some of that. Who was left naked in the field next to, I didn't know that was next to Bear Creek. Wow.
There's some little areas that would be simple to pull in and dump something and get out without being seen.
Tim Miller says his volunteers stand ready to search again. The suspect, Chukwuebuka Nwobodo, is charged with murder, but still on the run.
We actually didn't even do call-outs for all of our members because we didn't want the possible suspect to know where we were searching or what we were doing.
He's got to be watching. He might be watching this live stream. Chukwuebuka. Might be watching.
According to court documents, here's the timeline Houston police homicide detectives have laid out. On April 16th at 2:56 in the morning, Johnson is last seen at the Intercontinental Hotel at the medical center. She gets into an Uber HPD says was ordered by Nwobodo. He responded, detectives say, to an ad Johnson placed online. The Uber took Johnson to Nwobodo's old address on Windchase. Then he picks her up and takes her to his apartment on South Richmond, according to police. An hour later, his car is seen on surveillance video leaving the complex. And at 5...
It's kind of sus too, you know, for being taken to a different location and then being repicked up to go to the actual location.
12 in the morning, Johnson's phone connects with a cell tower near where her family finds it in Bear Creek Park later that day. The next 2 days, HPD says receipts show Nwobodo took out money, purchased supplies, and his internet searches included things like most forested parts of Houston. On May 13th, detectives got search warrants for his car and apartment. He was taken into custody during a traffic stop, but it's unclear when he was released. In the apartment, investigators found very strong support of Johnson's DNA, and in his car, a gun, knife, and shovel.
My fear is now that, and hopefully I'm wrong, that this is one of them cases where she's never going to be found.
Wow. Muted. I haven't. And I don't know. There's no audio at the end of that. Wish I knew what he was saying.
We're now 4 months.
Bear Creek Park. There was one more clip, so I wanted to show. Like, this was kind of like a warning. Fox 26 Houston posted this warning for thousands of Houstonians, if that's how you say it. Houstonians? How do you say that? Houstonians, following a woman's murder.
To emerge regarding a man now charged with murdering and dismembering a woman. This is after taking her to his West Houston apartment. Fox 26's Dominic Heath joining us live with a warning for thousands of Houstonians. Dominic.
Houstonians.
Yeah, according to court records, Felicia Johnson and the man now charged with her murder, they agreed to meet up on Snapchat, and he was supposed to pay her $500. That's according to court records. Well, she hasn't been seen since, and tonight there is a warning for the thousands of Houstonians who work in the sex industry.
Anybody can become a victim of a villain.
That's the first point Precinct 1 Human Trafficking Victim Services Director Catherine Griffin wants to drive home. Let the murder of 24-year-old Felicia Johnson be a learning lesson, and don't think it can't happen to you.
It is so dangerous, and every media outlet should be screaming from the rooftops on how dangerous this is, and let stories like this be known.
Chukwuebuka Nwobodo is now charged with murdering and dismembering Felicia Johnson after investigators say her blood was found in his apartment. Court documents show she was last seen April 16th leaving her hotel in an Uber paid for by Nwobodo. On April 17th, investigators say he bought a handheld and a power saw, towels, and trash bags. And according to court records, even as Nwobodo searched the internet for things like, can bleach destroy DNA, and the most forested part of Houston, he also Googled Houston escorts. And there are tens of thousands here.
I would estimate and say anywhere from 70 to 80,000 sex industry workers daily.
That's a lot, just in Houston, Harris County.
Wow.
Yes.
Griffin wants sex workers to do a few things to stay safe, such as don't meet at a client's home. But most of all, she wants you to know help getting out of this industry is available.
It's very vitally important.
Is he Nigerian? So somebody was saying that maybe he went back to his country. Maybe he fled. Tyler, what's up, man? Tyler says, dropping by to say hi. Blessings to you, iCkEdMeL. Thanks. Appreciate it, bro. You've been doing an amazing job covering billion rounds. And just congratulations to all the good things you have going on over there. You guys can check out his channel on YouTube, Tyler Feller. I remember first hearing him when doing the Gabby Petito stuff. I don't know. This Bear Creek. I was trying to find an aerial view. He is Nigerian, so yeah. Maybe he left, went back to his country. He could just go throughout the border, right, and then find a means. I mean, it's a long way, I guess, but he could start with just going through the border, I guess.
That individuals know to reach out to us so that we can help.
They never caught him. Yeah, they released him. In May. I mean, it's not funny, but it's just
Precinct 1
how ridiculous it is, you know?
From treatment to therapy to housing and finding a job. We have contact information for them on our website. Felicia Johnson's body, by the way, still hasn't been found, and her accused killer is still on the run. Reporting live near down.
Let me see. Is there an overview of this thing? Aerial video. It doesn't look that big. Is it that big? Maybe she's not even there. P3 pre-drone footage, Bear Creek. Okay, this one shows. This place is not even a... I'm going to put up the video. You guys tell me if this is it. But it's not something that looks like a thick, deep vegetation. Like... Well, is this Texas? First of all, make sure it's Texas. No, it's not Texas. All right, try to trick me. Gotta trick me. In Bear Creek, Texas. Like an open baseball field. What the hell? Aerial tour of Bear Creek Park. All right, let's take a look. Okay, Bear Creek Park. Yeah, he's gone. Okay, let's see. Bear Creek is known for finding bodies, especially because it floods. That's what I keep hearing. I guess people, it's just like a quick dump spot maybe, right? It's not maybe necessarily that it's like thick and like you really have to search. It's more like you can drive over this bridge or something, or you can drive somewhere, pull up somewhere. Little Texas Tornado, thank you for being a member for 3 months. Maribel, thank you for being a member for 3 months. Hi, Mel and chat. Good to see you. Hit the like button for Mel. Thumbs up. Thanks. And if he skips the country, then I don't know. Are they ever going to find him? He's gone? That's true too, AO. Sometimes people don't really leave. He searched where to live for $1K a month. Tip Talks says, I'm sure he ain't in Houston. Baby Blue says, iCkEdMeL Bear Creek / Addicts Reserve is where they released the dams during Hurricane Harvey. Oh, it's a huge reservoir in Wooded. So maybe this is old. This is 2015. Over here. Oh, well, there is sides, yeah, that you can. Well, I don't know. I guess we're done then, man. Thank you guys so much for coming through. I just wanted to share that story. I got like a late night call last night, and somebody was talking to me, and they're just like, please, cover this. And I remember them being on the channel, and this is kind of like what we originally do on the channel, kind of, like these kind of unknown stories, maybe not getting a lot of attention. It's my first time hearing about it, and there is a bunch of missing people. There's like too many to even really count. And so, yeah, it makes a difference, man, when you guys come through, you hit like, support the channel, share. We can do stuff like this. I appreciate it very much. And we're going to be mixing up stories and covering different things. Yeah, Tiff said, so glad you finally got wind of this, missed this side of you. Yeah, it's been a while. Feels like it. So I don't know. It's pretty crazy that this guy's still out there, and there doesn't seem to be like an urgency. He is probably long gone, maybe, or maybe he's chilling. I don't know. For somebody that could have potentially, I mean, those pictures. I thought the document said that they couldn't get the metadata, or like he was trying to get the metadata and they couldn't pull it up. Because I was wondering, did he take those pictures or did he just download it from somewhere? But the dismembered person is probably this poor woman. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Take care. Have a great day. Stay safe and peace. Adios. Get like on the way out. Bye.